Saturday we got home before we were like the new hitting the thing. We're out in the garage. Oh, they opened they were the latch door. They opened the latch door, came into the house. Oh no!
I didn't know that. Because you got all your cabinets.
That came and we had 2 lilacs. They both got along and that was like a murder. You won't even tell me like what happened, and I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then this morning we go to the hotel. I got like a donut like in the back, so I don't even there's like cream on this earth, right? Talk to you later. Yeah, I'm good.
Good evening. Welcome to the opening quad for Osage Girls Wrestling. I'm Garrett Elgin.
And I'm Isabel Renardi.
Just going to go through the lineups here for the teams at the quad tonight. Osage at 100 pounds, we have Brinley Havig and Kaylee Schwark, both freshmen. At 105, we have Tess Darrow, a sophomore, and Kylie Dwyer, a freshman. At 110, Ainsley Heeman, who is a sophomore, and Alexis Colbert, who is a senior. 115, Kirsten McRoberts, sophomore, and Aubrey Ingalls, freshman. 120, Lily Colbert, freshman. 125, Ivy Christensen, junior, and Lauren Adams, freshman. 130, Abby Rahoot, junior. 135, Aiden Keefe, sophomore, and Abby Byer, freshman, and Fiona Gallagher, sophomore. At 140 pounds, we have Melanie Brieswitz, who is a senior. At 145, Kaylee Havig, a senior, and Emery Dodd, a sophomore. At 155, we have Genesis Pickar, who is a junior, Hayden Hansen, who is also a junior. At 170 pounds, we have Maddie Cooper, who is a freshman. 190, we have Anika Kresbach, who is a junior. And 235 pounds, we have Addison Jacobs, who is a junior. Head coach is Nick Heeman, who is assisted by Kate Shellhorn, Trent Goodale, Craig Christensen, and Greg Adams. Managers are Isabel Jacobs, Olivia Blackdeer, and the cheerleaders for tonight will be Elise Brown, Casey Kominick, Zoe Martzel, Isabel O'Malley, and Natalie Wagner.
The other teams tonight are Columbus Catholic, Garner-Hayfield-Ventura, and New Hampton Turkey Valley. First round on mat 1 is Osage versus Columbus Catholic, and mat 2 is Garner-Hayfield-Ventura versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. Round 2 on mat 1, Osage versus Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. Mat 2 is New Hampton Turkey Valley versus Columbus Catholic. Round 3 on mat 1 is Osage versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. Mat 2, Columbus Catholic versus Garner-Hayfield-Ventura.
For round 1, Osage versus Columbus Catholic. Columbus Catholic wrestlers here at 100 pounds, Julene O'Connell. 105, Yarly Penorea. At 110, Columbus Catholic is open. 115, 120, 125, and 130 are all open for Columbus Catholic. At 135, we have Trisha Biney, who's a sophomore. 140, 145, Josie Dean. 140, 145 is Henrietta Molinaro Blonigan. 155 and 170 are open. 190 is Emerson Peters, and 235 is open. Head coach is Jim Dean. Team managers are Francois Ntumba, Jillian Spiral, and Veronique Giolfa.
This is the only home meet for this entire year for girls wrestling.
Returning state qualifiers for Osage from last year would be Ainsley Heeman, Kaylee Havig, and Alexis Colbert.
On Saturday, the girls wrestling varsity team had a tournament at Independence, and on Saturday they had a tournament at Emmitsburg. Also on Saturday, the girls basketball team had a scrimmage at Garner.
Looking at next week, Osage versus Newman Catholic varsity boys basketball. On Thursday, varsity girls basketball, Osage versus New Hampton at New Hampton High School. Also on Thursday, boys varsity basketball, Osage versus New Hampton at New Hampton. Also on Thursday, freshman boys, Osage versus Crestwood for basketball. Varsity girls wrestling duels at Hampton Dumont High School. Friday, varsity boys wrestling at Independence High School. Varsity girls basketball at Central Springs. Varsity boys basketball at Central Springs. And varsity girls wrestling invitational at Woodward, Granger. And that's all on Friday. Saturday, Booster Club basketball tournament at Osage High School. Varsity boys wrestling at Independence.
Looks like all the teams are warmed up here, so shortly after the national anthem, we'll be coming to you on mat 1 for Osage versus Columbus Catholic.
Thanks you for making this a positive environment for all spectators, wrestlers, to extend a thank you to our officials for tonight's matches. Referees Josh Gomez and Bob McLaughlin. Round of applause, please. Tonight, we will operate on 2 maps for 3 rounds. Round 1, on map number 1, will be Osage versus Columbus Catholic. And on map number 2, GHB versus NHTV. Round 2, map 1 will be Osage versus GHB and Columbus Catholic versus NHTV on map 2. And in round number 3, Osage versus NHTV on map 1. Columbus Catholic versus GHB on map number 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
As we look to get started here on mat 1, once again, Osage will be taking on Columbus Catholic. And on mat 2, GHV will be taking on New Hampton, Turkey Valley.
Columbus Catholic is open. GHB is open. For NHTV, Ashton Neville. And for Osage, Ridley Hayden. At 105 pounds, Columbus Catholic is open. For GHB, Addie Peterson. Sailors are coached by Jim Dean. The GHD Cardinals are coached by Ezra Shelley and assisted by Lilia Rango. The NHTV Chickasaws are coached by Caleb Civarelli, assisted by Josh Wolfhouse, Michael Stilley, and Noah Blazier. The Green Devils are coached by Nick Keenan, assisted by Kate Shellhorn, Trent Goodale, Craig Christensen, and Greg Adams. Now, coaches and captains, please meet at center mat for the coin flips.
As we get ready to get started here on mat 1, Osage will send out Alexis Colbert, Melanie Brieswitz, and Kaylee Havig for the coin toss.
Our first match will be Brinley Havig and Julianne O'Connell on mat 1.
Looks like Osage is going to receive a lot of forfeits against Columbus. 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 155, 170, and 235 are all open for Columbus. Brinley Havig and Kylie Dwyer both receive a forfeit. Alexis Colbert will receive a forfeit.
On mat number 1, Brinley Havig of Osage received a forfeit at 100 pounds. Tess Darrow of Osage received a forfeit at 100 pounds, 105 pounds. Ainsley Beeman received a forfeit at 110 pounds.
Kirsten McRoberts also gets a forfeit at 115.
Now wrestling for 135 pounds for Osage is Aiden Keefe. And for Columbus Catholic is Rick Trisha Biney.
Lily Colbert, Lauren Adams, and Ivy Christensen all received a forfeit as well. Score update. Osage is up 42-0 against Columbus. Keefe started out aggressive, tries going for the legs there.
Nice
Go out of
double
bounds.
Nice double by Keefe. Keefe with a nice double leg. Not able to finish it. They go out of bounds.
Keefe goes for the legs.
3 points.
Great takedown there. Keefe is going to go on top.
Aiden Keefe receives a caution. Looks to get a half Nelson. And looking to turn. Pin for Aiden Keefe, giving the Green Devils a 48-0 lead over Columbus Catholic. Now up at 140 pounds for the Green Devils is Melanie Breezewitz.
Against Josie Dean from Columbus Catholic. Breezewitz goes for the legs.
Breezewitz goes for the double. Hangs on to the elbow. Under. And Josie Dean gets a takedown. Dean looking for the wrist. And that will take us to the end of the first period at 140 pounds on mat 1. Columbus has choice. They defer. Breezewitz will choose neutral. Breezewitz looking to get something going here. Goes for a double and gets turned. Takedown plus 4 back for Josie Dean. Extended lead to 10-0. Dean looking for the cradle. And she has the cradle locked up.
And that's a pin for Dean against Breezewitz.
Columbus finally with points on the board, making the score 48-6, Osage. Kaylee Havig up next to wrestle against Henrietta Molinaro-Blonigan. Kaylee Havig, a returning state qualifier. Havig driving right off the bat. And a quick takedown for Havig.
3 points on the board.
Puts in the half Nelson, looking to turn. Looking for the wrist. Puts in the half Nelson.
Flips
and
her over.
It's a pin for Kaylee Havig.
Bring the score to
54-6. At 155 pounds, Genesis Pickar will receive a forfeit.
.170. Maddie Cooper receives a forfeit.
That would bring us to our 190-pound match between Annika Krebsbeck and Emerson Peters. Krebs back, tries to get a leg. Krebs back, gets her down.
Takedown.
3 points for Osage. Able to keep Peters down. Looking for the half. Able to get it in, looking to turn, and she does.
Flips her over.
And
That's
is
a pin for Anna Krebsbach for Osage.
Brings Osage's lead to 72-6, which will make it 78-6 after Addison Jacobs receives a forfeit at 235 pounds. And that will wrap up our Osage-Columbus Catholic duel on mat 1 with a final score of Osage 78, Columbus 6. So we will pan over to the GHV New Hampton duel here. Looks like New Hampton is leading GHV with a score of 24-6 at their 125-pound match on mat 2. Robinson reaching for a crossface. Cisneros
Looking to flip her over.
trying for the reversal. There's the leg. Good defense by Robinson to keep control. Looks like we will be having some JV matches on mat 1 between New Hampton and Osage, so we will pan over to that. Looks like Aubrey Ingalls and for New Hampton is Brinley Anderson.
New Hampton will get the takedown.
Anderson trying to keep Ingalls in bounds. Looking for a crossface.
Anderson trying to flip Ingalls over.
Anderson will ride out Ingalls for most of the period, and she will get the choice. She will choose neutral going into the second period. Ingalls sprawling, looking to spin around. And she does so. Will give her a 3-point takedown. Has the wrist. Looking to turn Anderson. Anderson with the reversal. Has Ingalls in a tough position. Headlock.
And that's a pin for Anderson.
For Osage at 135 pounds, we will have Abby Byer. And for New Hampton will be Lexi O'Brien.
Both come out aggressive.
Byer looking to take arm control here. She ties up. Has the underhook. Attempting to snap down. And she
Byers
gets her
giving the
3-point.
takedown.
Byer with a half Nelson. turning.
And that's a pin for Bayer. Next up, coming on to mat 1 is Genesis Picard. And from Garner.
New Hampton is Raylan Manderfield. Manderfield takes a shot, has the ankle out of Picard. Manderfield with the single. Going to keep it locked.
And out of bounds.
Manderfield with a single.
Goes for the leg.
At the end of the first period, the score is tied 0-0. Manderfield has choice. She defers. Picard. Chooses stop. Picard trying to chop down. Manderfield looking for a reversal here.
Gets
And
Carr's
she
leg.
will get it. Manderfield. Oh, Picard with a reversal has a headlock on Manderfield and pins her.
Up next is
Not sure what we got here on mat 1. Looks like we will have a New Hampton GHV match here on mat 1. So we will have a match here on mat 1 between Lexi Cortez of New Hampton and Natasha Martinez of GHV.
On the mic tonight is Garrett Elgin and Isabel Renardi. We're still not quite sure what's going on down on mat 1.
Looks like something with the program they're using for the scoreboards. Looks like they're having computer difficulties. So again, on mat 1, it will be Lexi Cortez and Natasha Martinez. Martinez from GHV and Cortez from New Hampton. We will pan over to the varsity duel here on mat 2 between New Hampton and GHV.
Current score is 6-3.
With New Hampton leading 42-12 over Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. Looks like their 145-pound match. So it would be Kelly Thronson from New Hampton and Alexa Heflin from Garner.
Back on mat 1, we finally got everything sorted out, and we are in a match between Garner-Hayfield-Ventura and New Hampton Turkey Valley.
Martinez with a takedown. It's called for a full Nelson. which changes the lead from 3-0 to 3-1. Martinez with the tank down, scoring back points, and a pin. GHV's Natasha Martinez with a pin over New Hampton's Lexi Cortez at 140 pounds. Move back over to the New Hampton Garner duel on mat number 2. New Hampton leading 48-18 over Garner, now at 170 pounds.
The score on mat 2 is 48-18, with New Hampton Turkey Valley leading over GHV.
So our match on mat 2 will now be 190 pounds, which will be between Ava Trendy of New Hampton and Chloe Dobb of Garner-Hayfield-Ventura.
And a takedown for
Ava Trendy from New Hampton. Trendy looking to turn. She does. That's 4 back. And the Butcher looking to pin.
Ava Trendy looking to turn, and a pin for Ava from New Hampton.
So that will give New Hampton a 54-18 lead over Garner as we enter the 235-pound matchup, which looks to be
Cadence Hall, and which is a forfeit for her because Garner-Hayfield-Ventura is open in the 235.
And that will conclude our GHV New Hampton Turkey Valley duel on mat 2 with a final score of 60-18 New Hampton over Garner. So looks like we will start round number 2 at 7 p.m. So we got about 7 minutes here, and we'll come back to you live at 7 p.m. on mat 1 for Osage's duel against Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. We are back with 1 minute to go before round 2 begins. On mat 1, Osage taking on GHV, and on mat 2, New Hampton will take on Columbus Catholic.
After round 1, Osage against Columbus, final score 78-6, Osage. And GHV versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. New Hampton Turkey Valley won 60-18.
On mat 1, Osage will have the same captains as before, Alexis Colbert, Kaylee Havig, and Melanie Breezewitz out for the coin toss. We will start at 100 pounds here on mat 1. From GHV, we have Adeline Peterson. And from Osage, we have Brinley Havig. Brinley Havig will receive a forfeit at 100 pounds on mat 1. So at 105 pounds from GHV, we will have Layla Stangl, and from Osage, we will have Tess Darrow.
On mat 1, there seems to be some more technical difficulties again.
Well, we will get the match started here on mat 1 between Layla Stangl and Tess Darrow. Osage with a 6-0 lead. Darrow coming out aggressive.
Darrow tries going for the legs.
Gets the double. Stangl fighting back. And Darrow will finish for the 3-0 lead in the takedown.
Darrow's going to try and flip.
Lets her up. 1 point for Stengel.
Darrow for the legs again.
Another takedown, which will give her a 6-1 lead.
Darrow trying to flip.
Looking for a cradle. And she locks it up.
That's a pin for Darrow.
Tess Darrow with a pin over Layla Stengel in 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Bring the score to 12-0 for Osage against GHV.
Now wrestling for 110 pounds. GHV is open, so Ainsley Heeman will receive a forfeit. Oh.
Layla Stengel
Correct.
against Ainsley Heeman at 110.
So 105 pounds, correction, was Adeline Peterson against Tess Darrow. So Layla Stengel will now wrestle 110 pounds versus Ainsley Heeman. Heeman with a quick takedown. Heeman with a cradle. No. Heeman lets her up. Another quick takedown.
Heeman lets her up.
Heeman with another takedown. They will go out, and they will come back to the middle with Heeman leading 9-2 over Layla Stengel.
Yeah, let's go.
Heeman, snap.
Heeman goes for the legs again. And another takedown for Heeman.
Extends her lead to 12-3. Has the wrist.
And a pin for Heeman, who was the state champion last year for girls high school wrestling.
Last year, her and her sister Gable both won state titles. It was Gable's first year winning, also her senior year. So that had to have been fun for the two. Now at 115, we'll have Zemira Jones for GHV and Kirsten McRoberts for Osage.
McRoberts goes for the legs.
Quick takedown. Looking for a pin. And she gets it.
Pin for McRoberts in just 11 seconds.
Extends Osage lead to 24-0. Says on here, 120 pounds GHV is open, but we'll see if they send anybody different out. Lily Colbert of Osage will receive a forfeit at 120 pounds.
At 125, Ivy Christensen, who is going to go against Marabaya Cisneros.
So with that last forfeit, Osage's lead extends to 30-0. And over on mat 2, New Hampton has a 42-0 lead over Columbus Catholic. They're on their 140-pound match. Christensen looking for an opening. She takes it and gets
Quick
the
takedown. And try and flip.
Reaching across for the Farmers.
It's a flip.
And she's got it.
That's a pin for Christensen, bringing Osage's score to 36-0 against Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. Another quick pin in just 33 seconds.
At 130 pounds now, we will have Liliana Cisneros from Garner, and from Osage, Abby Rahoot. Rahoot takes a shot. Nice return. And she takes it
Takedown
to
by
her
Rahoot.
back.
Trying to hold her off there.
And
That's a pin for Rahoot.
22-second pin by Abby Rahoot, which will bring Osage's lead to 42-0. Which is also continues to be the score on mat 2, with New Hampton over Columbus Catholic.
Our next match is Aiden Keefe at 135 against Diana Martinez. Keefe
with a
comes
quick
out
double.
strong. Quick
Straight
takedown.
to the back. And a 9-second pin by Aiden Keefe, which will bring the Green Devils to a 48-0 lead.
Next up is Melanie Breezewitz at 140 against Natasha Martinez. And she receives a forfeit.
So at 145 pounds for GHV, they have Alexa Heflin, and for Osage, it is Kaylee Havig. With that last forfeit, updated score 54-0, Osage over GHV. Havig sprawls on Heflin's shot. Trying to get her hips away.
GHV goes to shot.
Takedown for Heflin. Over on mat 2, the score is 45-0 New Hampton. And there looks to be an injury on the Columbus wrestler.
One point to Havig.
Tries for a shot. Quickly defended by Heflin. Gets a takedown for a 6-1 lead. Which will take us to the end of the first period. Havig chooses bottom. Update on the injured wrestler on Columbus. Must have been Josie Dean at 140 pounds for Columbus. Havig trying not to go to her back.
GHV trying to get a wrist.
Looking for the half. Heflin had the half. Havig able to get her wrists free.
Heflin trying to get under and flip her over. Havig fights her off.
Havig looking for a reversal. And she will get an escape. And she turns her. Oh, right at the end of the second period. They will go neutral to start the third. Havig with a 2-on-1 trying to get something going. Takes an attempt out of leg and gets turned. Alexa Heflin with a pin for GHV over Kaylee Havig of Osage. Changes the score to 54-6, Osage over GHV.
That last match will finally put GHV on the board.
Emery Dodd will receive a forfeit for Osage at 155 pounds.
Maddie Cooper will receive a forfeit at 170. Next up is Annika Kresbach against Chloe Dobb.
After the forfeits, it is a 66-6 lead Osage has over Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. On mat 2, the final score is New Hampton 69, Columbus 0. Krebsbach looking to work inside. Chloe Dobb not looking particularly aggressive. Dobb looked to try to get the headlock, but wasn't able to. Krebsbach checking at the leg. Takes it and gets it. Puts Dobb to her back for a second. Krebsbach looking for wrists.
Krebsbach gets a wrist.
Stalling on bottom, so Krebsbach will receive a point, extending her lead to 4-0. Krebsbach looking to turn, and she does so.
It. That's a pin for Krebsbach, bringing Osage's score to 72-6 against GHV.
Dobb slowly getting up. We have a match between Aubrey Ingalls on mat 2.
On mat 1, Addison Jacobs receives a forfeit for Osage, bringing Osage's final score to 78-6 against GHV.
Round 3 coming up soon. We will have mat 1, Osage versus New Hampton, and Columbus Catholic and Garner on mat 2. Osage so far has been running the quad, so we will see how big of a fight New Hampton puts up.
New Hampton has won both of their duels with a final score of 60-18 against GHV and 69-0 against Columbus Catholic. So this should be an inch one of our more interesting duels of the night. Aubrey Ingles will go bottom.
The rest of the season for girls wrestling, Osage will have a tournament here on January 2nd, and then they will have the Top of Iowa Conference tournament here on the January 19th. They'll also have a JV tournament in Osage on the 24th of January.
Aubrey Ingles gets the point for getting up, and she gets the takedown.
Looking to turn, has her turn, looking for a pin. Excuse me.
Gets her back.
She'll receive 4 back points for that at the end of the second period, which brings her lead to 8-0. Ingles with another takedown.
Has her flipped.
Looks for a pin. Gets 3 back. Brings her lead to 14-0. Just a couple more back points and Ingles will have a tech fall. Looking to turn again. Unable to. Ingles still looking to turn. And she turns her, getting back points. Looking for the pin. Which she will get. Aubrey Ingles with a pin with 28 seconds left in the match as she was up 14-0. the Chickasaws on mat 2. Lexi Cordes will be wrestling Abby Byer of Osage. Byer sprawls on the shot. Looking for a snap down, and they go out. Byer looking for a takedown, unable to get it. Byer takes a shot. Still looking for it. Gets her head out and gets her 3. As they go out of bounds. Byer will go top. Cordes tries to get up. Byer brings her right back down. Cordes tries to get out again there at the end of the first period. Byer will have choice. She defers to the third. Cordes will choose neutral to start the second. Byer drives Cordes out of bounds. Byer gets a takedown and 3 points over Cordes. She brings her to a 6-0 lead. Has a half, looking to turn. Trying to bring her back in bounds. Keep her there. They go out. Cordes will go down, and Byer will cover. Byer lets her out. Brings the score to 6-1. Cortez reaching for a leg. Sorry, Cordes. And Byer will get her 3. And looking to turn with a half. She will do so. And get a pin. Towards the end of the second period in their match, Abby Byer gets a pin over Lexi Cortez of New Hampton. Osage will have a break before their last duel against New Hampton Turkey Valley. Looks like we have a match between GHV and New Hampton on that too. So we have roughly 10 minutes before round 3 starts. So we will be back to you at approximately 7:45 for round 3, which will be Osage versus New Hampton on mat 1 and Columbus versus Garner on mat 2. And welcome back to our Osage Girls Wrestling Quad. Round one, Osage took on Columbus Catholic and dominated 78-6, while GHV lost to New Hampton 60-18. Round two, Columbus took on New Hampton and lost 69-0, while Osage took on GHV and won 78-6. Round three, we have Osage versus New Hampton here on mat 1, and on mat 2, Columbus versus Garner. New Hampton and Osage have both won their first two duels pretty handily, so this should be a good match. On mat 1, we will kick off at 100 pounds. With Addison Neville from New Hampton and Brindley Havig from Osage. Havig takes a double leg and will get her 3 and puts in a half quickly. Is unable to turn. Looking for a bar arm. Looking to pin, settling back. And Brindley Havig will get a pin, jumping Osage out to a quick 6-0 lead.
Up next at 105 is Tess Darrow against Taylin Bass.
Correction, it is an 18-0 lead Osage has. Make that a 24-0 lead. Now up at 110 pounds, Ainsley Heeman from Osage will take on Dre O'Brien from New Hampton. Heeman with a quick single. Drives out of bounds. Heeman looking for a double.
Drives out of bounds again.
O'Brien appears to be starting off strong with defense. Heeman with a high crotch. Gets her 3.
Trying to flip. He's unable to.
Heeman looking for the bar on. Trying to turn. Looks like she's turning, getting back points at least. And Ainsley Heeman will get a pin. Will bring Osage's lead to 30-0 over New Hampton.
Up next is Alexis Colbert. Alexis Colbert against Vanessa Salas.
Colbert looking for a snap down with the underhook. And they will go out. Colbert with a snap down, looking to circle.
Tries to flip.
No points.
Salas tries to get a leg.
Wrestling towards the edge of the ring.
Colbert goes for the legs. Solid sprawls. Colbert gets a leg.
Colbert looking to pull that up, but unable to as they go out of bounds. The end of the first period, the score is tied at 0. It's like Colbert had choice and deferred, and Salas chose down. Colbert looking for a cradle. Reaching through. Able to bring her back towards the mat. Colbert.
Has her flipped.
Looking for a pin. And she will
gets
get it.
Bringing Osage a score to 36-0 against New Hampton. Up next is Kirsten McRoberts.
So Amelia Uribe from New Hampton will take on Kirsten McRoberts from Osage. Both wrestlers coming out aggressive. McRoberts looking for a takedown, and she will get it. Trying for that wrist.
Trying to get her to flip.
Now has the bar arm, looking to turn. And she will get a pin. Osage's lead extends to 42-0 over New Hampton. And at 120 pounds, Lily Colbert will receive a forfeit.
Bring Osage a score to 48-0 against New Hampton Turkey Valley. Next up is Ivy Christensen
125, taking on Veda Robinson. Correction, 130 pounds. Veda Robinson and Ivy Christensen. Ivy with a quick high crotch.
Look at the takedown.
Looking for a half. Lets her up. 3-1. Ivy Christensen. Christensen defends the shot.
Christensen trying to snap down.
Gets hip tossed. Looking for a reversal. And she's put on her back in a headlock. Scrambling to get out of pin. That will take us to the end of the first period with the reversal, takedown and back points will give New Hampton an 8-3 lead. And looks like Veda Robinson will take injury time. Sorry, Ivy Christensen will take injury time. This has been a sweep for Osage tonight. 78-6 victory over Columbus and a 78-6 victory over Garner. New Hampton also had some pretty heavy wins with 60-18 over Garner and 69-0 over Columbus. We have a score correction. The first two matches, takedown for Ivy, not quite. Takedown for Ivy Christensen, 8-6. We have a score correction though. The first two matches, for the first 12 points they had, were JV matches, so it should be 12 less points and it should be 36-0 Osage. They go out. Christensen covers. Looking to maintain control. Takes the
Christensen
leg,
gets a leg.
takes her back down to the mat. Christensen looking to turn. Christensen looking to break down. At the end of the second period, Christensen will choose bottom as she is down 8-6. Christensen looking for an escape. Robinson trying to pin, and she does. We'll put New Hampton on the board with a pin, so that'll put us at 36-6.
Next up, we have Aiden Keefe at 135 going against Sophie Glazer.
Keefe sprawls on a shot. Glasser will take a takedown. Keefe will escape. 3-1 Glazer. Keefe with the underhook. Hits a double leg and gets a takedown. Working on the edge of the mat. Looking for something. Keefe looking for a cradle. And they go out of bounds. Keefe will cover with a 4-3 lead with 44 seconds to go in the first period. Glacier nearly has a reversal there.
Call a full Nelson.
Which will give Glacier 1 point, which will tie it 4-4. Keefe working for a crossface. Unable to keep it. And they go out of bounds. At the end of the second period, it's tied 4-4. And New Hampton, Glacier will choose neutral. Keefe sprawls. Glacier gets the leg and gets the takedown. Stalling call on Keefe. Trying not to get pinned. Glacier has the bar on.
Glacier's trying to flip.
And the second period will end with a 7-4 lead for Glacier over Keefe. Keefe has choice, and she will choose top. Looking to break down. Will not let Glacier up. Glacier looking to get out, escape. Sprawls back on Keefe and gets a reversal. Glacier takes a 9-4 lead over Aiden Keefe. New Hampton fans trying to get a stalling call on Keefe. Working on the edge of the mat. Glacier looking for a cradle, unable to get it. Looking for a crossface. And Keefe will get called for stalling and give Glacier a 10-4 lead with 20 seconds to go. It will go out. New Hampton's fans not too pleased with the lack of stalling calls. And that will bring our 135-pound match to a close with a victory with Sophie Glacier over Aiden Keefe, 10-4. So that will bring our score to an updated 36-9, Osage over New Hampton. And for 140 pounds for New Hampton is Harper Humpel. And for Osage is Melanie Brieswitz.
Both coming out aggressive here.
Brieswitz working for a tie-up.
Brieswitz goes for the legs.
Looking for a double. Humpel works her way out and back in.
Brieswitz goes for the leg again. Humpel sprawls.
Brieswitz working to prevent a takedown. But she is.
Humpel will get the takedown instead.
3-0 Humpel. That will bring us to the end of the first period. Score 3-0 Humpel. Osage will defer. And Humpel chooses top. Brieswitz defending the half. Brieswitz having a tough time getting off the bottom here. Brieswitz trying to slide out. Unable to, they go out of bounds. Humple looking for a butcher. Breezewood's defending. Humple switches to a cradle attempt. Goes for the ankle. End of the second period, 3-0 for Humple over Melanie Breezewitz of Osage. Breezewitz will have choice. She chooses neutral. Breezewitz is pushed out of bounds by Humple. And they will recenter with 1:25 to go.
Humble grabs Breezewood's arm.
Breezewitz looking
goes
for
for
the
the legs.
double. Well done. Switches to single. Slips and is taken down. 40 seconds to go. Hump takes a 6-0 lead over Breezewitz. Humple looking for the cradle. Looks like she may have it locked. She does not.
They go out of bounds.
Nine seconds to go. Breezewitz goes bottom. Humple covers.
End of the third period. Final score 6-0. Humple from New Hampton, bringing the score to 36-12 for Osage against New Hampton, Turkey Valley.
Now wrestling at 145 pounds for the Chickasaws,
Kelly Thrunson.
And she will go against Emery Dodd.
Dodd ties up. Looking for a shot, unable to get it. Dodd for a double. Going back for the leg. Nothing. And they will go out of bounds. Dodd goes for a shot. Still looking for it.
Drives them out.
35 seconds to go in the first. Scores 0-0.
And they go out of bounds again. Thronson has Dodd's wrist.
Now we'll end the first period 0-0. Thronson defers, and Dodd chooses neutral. Start the second period. Thronson looking for a takedown. She will get it. Dodd looking for an escape. She will escape. 3-1. Dodd chucks off the collar tie. Thronson puts the collar tie back on. Thronson takes a shot. Dodd sprawls. No points. They go out.
They go out of bounds again. 7 seconds left, 3-1 towards the end of the second period. And that's the end of the second period. Going to the third, 3-1, Thronson and Dodd. Dodd's got Thronson's wrist. Thronson has Dodd in a head tie. Dodd tries to shoot for legs. Can't get it. Thronson gets a takedown, flips Dodd. Thronson will get the pin over Dodd, bringing the score to 18-36. New Hampton, Turkey Valley, and Osage. Next up is Kaylee Havig going 155 against Raylan Manderfield. Both starting out aggressive. Get driven out of bounds.
Manderfield quick to tie up. Snaps. Havig looking to grab onto a leg. Manderfield will get the takedown on the edge of the mat. They will recenter.
Havig will go bottom.
Manderfield covers. Manderfield tries to chop.
Manderfield looking for a wrist. Manderfield going for a chop again.
Takes the ankle. Looking to turn.
And that's the end of the first period. Current score 3-0, Manderfield. Manderfield will go down. Havig will cover.
Havig pushes forward. Looking for the bar arm. Manderfield escapes. Will give her a 4-0 lead. Manderfield looking with the underhook to turn Havig.
They go out of bounds.
Havig looking for something to grab onto. Unable. 7-0 Manderfield. New Hampton's head coach is Caleb Chiavarelli. Assistant coaches are Josh Hothos, Michael Still, and Noah Glazer. Managers are Brooklyn McShane and Alexa Muttertice. Havig looking to get out. Looking for a leg. Nothing. Sitting out.
And that is the end of the second period. Current score 7-0, Manderfield versus Havig.
Havig has choice.
Manderfield will go down. Havig will cover.
Havig in a tough spot. Able to recover. Looking for a cradle. Looks like she has it.
Trying to flip.
Havig looking, has a cradle.
Trying to hold on to it. Cannot.
She gets 4 back points. Brings our score to 7-4.
Can't get her hand out. Trying to flip again.
Gets a stalling. Unable to flip. Havig has the wrist. .45 seconds to go. Havig pushing. Gets stalling, gets a point.
Score is 7-5. 33 seconds left.
Havig looking to capitalize.
Trying to flip.
25 seconds. Great effort there by Kaylee Havig at the end. Just wasn't able to make it work.
Final score.
7-5.
Bringing this overall score, Osage versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. Osage has 36 points and New Hampton has 21.
Maddie Cooper will receive a forfeit at 170. So that will bring the score to 42-21.
Next up is Annika Kresbach at 190 against Ava Trendy.
Trende puts Krebs back on her back. And we'll get 2 back off that. Gives her a 5-0 lead. Trende looking to turn, and she will. And she gets the pin.
Pin over Kresbach. bringing New Hampton's score to 27 over, and Osage is at 42. Next up is, for 235 is Addison Jacobs and Cadence Hall. It is Addison's birthday today. So happy birthday to Addison Jacobs.
Able to get out of the tie. Hall was chasing the leg. Jacobs able to get it away. Hall shuts Jacobs down, looking for a pin.
And she will get it. Bringing the final score overall of Osage to 42 and New Hampton to 33.
Osage 3-0 on the night, so they will claim the overall winners of tonight's squad. Obviously, the first two duels Osage had weren't very close, but saw that the scores from New Hampton's duels and figured it would be a good match. New Hampton's middleweight's a lot of talent there.
For sure. Final scores all around. Round one, Osage versus Columbus Catholic. Columbus lost 6-78. Garner-Hayfield-Ventura versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. New Hampton won 60-18. Round two, Columbus Catholic versus New Hampton Turkey Valley. New Hampton won 69-0. Also in round two, Osage versus Garner-Hayfield-Ventura. Osage won 78-6. And in round three, Columbus Catholic lost to Garner-Hayfield-Ventura 18-36. And as we just watched a minute ago, Osage 42 against New Hampton Turkey Valley, who has 33. So Osage went 3-0 on the night. Great effort by both teams. It was a great game to watch. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
We will have one more match, looks like. Abby Byer against Keziah Uglum. So again, that's Keziah Uglum from New Hampton and Abby Byer from Osage wrestling on mat one. Byer with the collar tie. Uglum breaks out of it. Byer looking for the wrists. takes a double leg shot. Looking to come up. Uglum has the leg. Lets it go. Uglum gets the takedown. Looking for a cradle. Buyer has choice. She will defer. Uglum will choose neutral. Buyer, collar tie. Uglum with the leg. Not able to capitalize off that. Buyer gets a takedown. And Buyer will get the pin.
So our next broadcast will be
So next week, on next Tuesday, we will have a varsity girls basketball game versus Newman at Newman. That will begin at 6:15. We will have that live. And the varsity boys basketball team will also have a game versus Newman in Mason City at 7:45. We have a varsity girls basketball game on Thursday versus New Hampton at New Hampton. That will be at 6:15. And the boys will also be in New Hampton. That starts at 7:45. The varsity boys next Thursday have a top of Iowa Conference quad here at home. That will be at 6 p.m. And then the girls have a duel versus Hampton in Hampton. The girls basketball team will face off against Central Springs next Friday here in Osage. And then the boys will also take on Central Springs in Osage. And then varsity girls wrestling has an invitational at Woodward Granger. That will wrap up our girls wrestling quad here in Osage tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Osage girls improved to 3-0 on the night over Garner, Columbus Catholic, and New Hampton, Turkey Valley. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Have a safe drive home and enjoy your Thanksgiving.